Do not buy the zp6. This thing will ruin you and ruin your coffee experience. If you are already into specialty coffee and have been brewing for a while, you're either going to have a blast chasing clarity and enjoying all that flavor separation, or you're absolutely going to hate this cup profile. If you're just starting out and you're looking for a new grinder or your first grinder, don't buy this. This is not for you. You're going to have a really bad time unless you get really lucky or already have a tea-like brew preference. If you're looking to upgrade from a entry-level grinder to something more advanced, then yeah, this could be a good option. Again, if you like tea-like brews and are searching for more clarity. Real quick, this is going to be a very taste-driven and subjective review on the zp6. I'm going to talk a lot about the cup and the profiles that you're going to get out of the zp6 and what I prefer out of a grinder. So if you're looking for more of a tech spec or more of like a disassembly or grind comparison video, you're not going to get that in this, but keep that in mind. But to me, honestly, the most important thing is taste and what you are drinking. So let's go on. The zp6 absolutely shines with smooth, clean, clear cups. This thing, the clarity on this thing is unreal. It is unmatched for a $200 grinder. This is a pre-tariff version, so I'm basing it off of that price. For a $200 grinder, this thing is unmatched. This is unreal. It's pretty unbelievable you can get this quality for 200 bucks. I understand the raving and ranting about that. If you are currently looking for one, I believe the prices are almost triple now, so I would maybe wait or look at some other options. I was very excited to get my hands on the zp6. I have been eyeing this thing for a long, long time. I can't tell you how many times I've gone online and looked at reviews or gone on our pour over and seen people talking about it and how many times I've actually almost bought it for myself. I'm glad I didn't. This grinder is not for everyone. This grinder is not for me. You see the hype, you see everyone saying that you have to have this. You see everyone saying that zp6 is the best grinder ever, yada, yada, yada. You've probably seen it all if you've done any research on the zp6. But because taste is subjective, which is a huge asterisk and reminder for everyone in coffee, it's not for everybody. It's not for me. I do not enjoy it. I got cups out of it I liked. I had some amazing cups that were still very clarity driven and tea-like, and I enjoyed them, but it's not my flavor profile. I know what my profile is, and the zp6 is not it. The zp6 is an amazing grinder. If you like a clarity driven tea-like cup profile, buy this yesterday. This thing will absolutely deliver on that, and I can sing the praises all day long on a zp6 on the clarity and the cup profile and how much flavor separation and how fun it can be to taste the different flavor notes. It's pretty wild, again, that you can get that out of this little hand grinder. On the flip side, if you like a well-rounded, full-bodied cup, this is not for you. You will not enjoy this. Most cups that came out of this for me were very tea-like or honestly on the weak side. You can get very full-bodied, juicy cups. I'll explain later how I did, but that's not really the point of the zp6. So you're going to be trading clarity for body, body for clarity. If you really like body, avoid this, honestly. You're not going to enjoy it. It will be fun to see some clarity, and everything I did brew, good or bad, still was clean and smooth, and there was some flavor separation. Some of it was a little muted or weak, but it was there, kind of. My biggest issue with the zp6 is I don't like tea-like brews. I'm not into them. They always just come across as weak and watery and under-extracted to me. I like a lot of body. I like a lot of juiciness. I like a strong mouthfeel, and that's just not the zp6. And while I was brewing and dialing it in and searching for my cup, it honestly felt like I was just trying to shove a square peg through a round hole. I absolutely did shove that square peg through a round hole because I am very stubborn and I was determined to get a cup I really enjoyed out of this. It was expensive. I used a lot of really expensive coffee, unfortunately. It was time consuming and it was very frustrating, but I did it. And I'll share the recipe in a minute. Dialing in the zp6 was a huge pain for me. The current meta says to grind at levels 5 or start grinding at levels 5 or 5.5 for each coffee, or start at 6 and go higher, which is mind-blowing to me because everything 6 and above for me, even with a flat bottom brewer, wave filters, 4-6 method with multiple pours, five pours, was super thin and basically just tasted like coffee flavored water. They were such thin cups. I did not enjoy them at all. Eventually, I landed at 4.5 with a 15-gram dose at a 1:15 ratio, but man, it took a lot to get there. The zp6 is not a well-rounded do-everything kind of grinder, which would suit most people. So for me, that kind of removes it as an end game grinder. If you enjoy the cup profile or the tea-like thin cup profile and very clarity driven, for this price point, this is probably the end game before you have to start spending some very serious money on some very serious grinders. And that kind of makes it more of a niche grinder to me. It is super fun to play with. It was super fun to enjoy the clarity and the cups and how clean some of the cups came out of this, but I'm not drinking that day to day. That's not what interests me. That's not my cup profile. That's not what I enjoy. Where I ended up with my recipe with the zp6 was at a level 4.5 grind on the zp6, a 15-gram dose to 225 grams of water, making it a 1:15 ratio. And I used a 4-6 method with 45 grams even pours throughout the recipe. And instead of waiting for timing, I just eyeballed the coffee bed drainage. So once the water passed the coffee bed, I just started pouring again. I was able to create a repeatable and enjoyable cup out of this. I also used a Zp6 B3 wave filter. That's not practical. That's not practical for most people day to day. For the home brewer, that's so impractical. I was able to get very close and enjoyable cups with Kalita wave filters, 155s, and origami wave filters. They weren't as good. The B3 filters, the Zp6 B3 filters were the best version of that recipe, but those ones were still good. I wouldn't be bummed drinking that day to day. I will also say that that recipe worked for that specific coffee. I was using this Prodigal coffee. It's a Kenyan washed. That didn't transfer to other coffees. That's the other thing I've noticed with the zp6 is the consistency from coffee to coffee is not there. You're going to have to dial in each coffee, which again, I enjoy doing that. I don't want to do that every day, and I don't want to have to do that all the time. And maybe you do, and that's good, but heads up if you are interested in zp6 and you do like to jump from coffee to coffee to coffee. I have 5 coffees I'm rotating through right now. So if you're only drinking one, you dial that bag in, you're good to go. But if you're jumping from coffee to coffee, I like to do, as I mentioned before, I like to do my bean trades. So those come and go throughout the month. Like I don't want to always consistently either waste beans or be jumping through hoops to get a good cup of coffee. I waited until I had a preferred, repeatable, enjoyable cup from the zp6 to finally brew some beans and test it against my daily grinder, which is the Gen 2. And I was kind of surprised. I actually got very close to what I enjoy on my Gen 2. When they were both hot cups, honestly, they tasted almost identical. You could tell there was a little more flavor separation from the zp6 when it was hot. When they cooled down, that's when the shift really started to happen. The Gen 2 cup became very full-bodied and very juicy and very well-rounded, like you would expect. And then the flavor separation really jumped out when it cooled down on the zp6. On this guy specifically, one of the notes from the roaster is honey, and that one really popped out as this one started to cool. I also had 2 other people taste them with me, and both of them are, I would say they're above average coffee drinkers, mainly because I've forced them to drink a lot of specialty coffee against their will. But they have no idea what's really going on behind the scenes. They just know that they drink really good coffee. They both preferred the Gen 2 cup as well over the zp6. And for the average person, that's probably going to be the experience. For someone who's, again, is chasing clarity and wants a really clean, smooth cup and flavor separation, zp6. Keep in mind that once I kind of knew what I was going to get from the zp6 and the cup profile that it was going to give me, I totally went searching for my preferred cup, which again, you should be searching for your preferred cup out of every grinder, out of every coffee. That's the whole point of it. It's for you and only for you to enjoy. And I thought it was really cool that I got pretty close to a Gen 2 cup. And I know that's not the point of this at all. Obviously, this is not meant for a full body rounded cup like the Gen 2, but I thought it was pretty cool that I got pretty dang close and that I got pretty close to my preference with the zp6. To sum things up, the zp6 is an amazing grinder. If you are searching for a clarity-driven cup and enjoy a tea-like profile, then this is absolutely for you. And at the pre-tariff prices, this thing is again, it's insane. Like it's wild that you can kind of get this cup and get that profile without spending, thousands of dollars. But if you don't like that cup profile, and if you like a full-bodied and well-rounded cups, or just something that's a little more juicier and sweeter, then don't buy the zp6, or just buy it as a niche grinder. It is fun. You will have a blast playing with it. And there was times that it was very frustrating trying to dial in coffees, and there was a few, I did like eight or nine, maybe 10 different coffees on this thing, and there's at least 3 of them that fell completely flat. I couldn't get anything out of them, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. I don't know if it was me, I don't know if it was a grinder, probably a combination of the two. But if you like a full-bodied and round, if you like full body or just body-filled cups and round profiles, then don't buy the zp6. If you like a clarity-driven cup and a tea-like profile, again, buy this yesterday. You will absolutely enjoy it, and it will be a blast for you. All right, thanks for listening to me yap and ramble about the zp6. If you have any questions or comments or concerns about it, let me know below, and I will gladly chat with you. Have a good one, guys. We'll talk later. See ya.